Gooding, and I'm the co-author of a book called Early Literacy Storytimes at Your Library. This clip is about the planning process for your story time. You do not need to change your story time around a skill. Even though we're highlighting a skill during the course of the story time, that does not mean that you are changing your whole story time to reflect the skill. For example, if I were doing the book Blue Sea in a story time and I decided I think I'm going to highlight narrative skills. So I would take, in the planning process, I'm thinking, how might I adapt or use Blue Sea for narrative skills? And what I did was, I used to go like this. Our next story is Blue Sea by Robert Kalin and illustrated by Donald Cruz. And instead of telling the story to you with the book, I'm going to tell it to you with the flannel board. Well, I decided, how can I work narrative skills into this a little better? So now what I do is I actually read the book first. Then we do it on the flannel board, and they are retelling the story as I put the pieces up. Then my aside to the parents is, by having your children retell stories, you're helping to develop their narrative skills. This helps them later with understanding what they read. At the end of story time, I have a craft for them to do, either in the story time, if that's how you like to do it, or as a take-home activity. And it just takes 2 sheets of paper, one blue for the ocean, with holes cut out for the fish, which have been reproduced on an 8.5 by 11 paper, and then they can cut them out and retell the story as the fish try to go through the holes. So having a to-home activity is part of the planning process, and having this based on a story helps with retelling the story they've heard.